this game is very much going to be about Canyon. It's kind of feast or famine on him, and to light ops to go for the Bard, something we have seen him play a little bit last year, and not going for those melee supports, going to have some bit more range pressure in the lane, and also very effective against things like KOI and the Ashe with that longer range ult for picking them.
Yeah, I think the pick fits, you know, with the lane, with the setup here on their drafts, but yeah, they've kind of just got Ambessa to run in, and everybody else is going to be looking to keep them at range, whereas, you know, you've got Renekton in Italy. As you mentioned, the KOI really does shine when there's a lot of CC in the comp already. We continue with that. Or will HLE Esports be able to turn the tides? Let's jump onto the rift for game one. Oh, yeah, here we go. Game number one. Yesterday, if you were watching DK versus T1, unfortunately, you got to witness Barrel. For better or for worse. We did witness
Barrel.
Yeah,
you know?
we witnessed him. He screamed it as he was running into the enemy jungle and got his AD carry killed. But it's okay, because they won that game. Very single-handed, very one-sidedly.
Yeah, I do like the invade. We've seen invades for vision, but also against the Zyra, you deny her early plants, and it will slow down her early clear a little bit just by clearing those out, which he wants to stack up from a passive. So I think Gen G definitely benefiting from that. We're seeing they all run mid and then kind of decide late where they're going. We do see it's going to end up lanes on the opposite side we're locked into now. So
we're getting lane swaps. It's just a thing. And Peanut never changes. Even with the increased damage. Ooh, very nice flash away from the Vines. Peanut takes a massive shot. Big dive on the bottom side as well. Fighting for first blood. Who's going to get it first? This dive is not going to work, though. Duro nearly dies, and Keen will go down. And that'll be first blood here for HLE Esports. Gen G, they want at least the kill. Will they get it? Yeah, no, they will not. They will not get the kill. And Duro goes down. The spear lands.
They're too low, they can't.
And ZEUS just laughs in their face.
And I feel like this is the hallmark of ZEUS and lane swaps. Oh, he's looking for more!
Oh, man. And Ruler with barrier so close.
Oh, it's not just a prediction, Brendan. I think you remember the summer prediction last year that I got right and everyone else didn't get right. And
that's true.
It's not just a prediction.
I mean, that was a little bit different.
Yeah, I think if you're wrong about your predictions, it's kind of sad.
For us, HLE Esports just on paper looks like the most solid squad coming in to the beginning of this one, especially because they kept 4 players together, and they have, you know, potentially the best top laner in the LCK, right?
Yeah, I think for me, one of the things is that, like, you know, I think support jungle synergy is really important. I think that's something that Peanut and Delight, I think they're seeing these. And we see Peanut in the bot side. This could actually end up being a really favorable trade if they can get the tower, but it's still quite healthy. So they can get it low. I don't think they're going to be able to take it in time, and Keen does have teleport if he wants to move back, so Peanut will just pick up some camps. He'll get some damage in the bot lane tower. It'll be Gen G getting 6 grubs in this game, which definitely is a nice treat to pick up.
Yeah, really the question is how they're going to get out of it. You can see everybody pretty much is up on the top side, so they're really trying to get as much use as possible. ZEUS goes in, Bard ult is decent, going to catch the Renekton in Dominus, so Keen and the team just going to have to abandon the dive. Really what it does, as that TP was interesting, but at least pushes them off. Yeah. Do not face check that brush. They're all there again.
Bit of an odd TP coming in from Zeka. They're going for the redive.
Yeah, I mean, especially on this one. They're just going to line up the CC, immediately kill ZEUS. There's an arrow straight into the Bard as well. That is a dead Bard, as Peanut desperately trying to peel for the team, but everybody flashes away. Very nice couple of kills lined up here for Gen G, and that tower is getting dangerously low. There is a ward on the dragon, so not really much. You can see the poke that comes out. You know, I was talking about poke comps earlier on. They do have, you know, a semi-poke comp with the Nidalee and the KOI, and a decent amount of CC to line it up. Valkyrie, pretty strong ability. It's going to get him to safety, but they clear everything out. They notice, hey, HLE is just not here, so let's just take the free Drake and a free Feat of Strength completion. Chovy gonna miss some abilities. but he's still got his whole team down here, and they know that there's not a lot of support for ZEUS, so can continue to pressure that turret.
That good start, had that first blood. It is looking like the feats of strength likely to go over to Gen G here, and yep, 6 grubs. They should just be able to pick this tower up pretty easily. Definitely feels like they've regained control of the game after the early hiccup with the dives.
Yeah, this should be a very back and forth.
I didn't even have to say it. We all
There
remember
was that one, yeah.
There was that one. You know, it happens. The player with the bard skin, one of the best supports the LCK has been, even he can club. So,
yeah.
You know, it's definitely a high burden of execution. Now, Gen G looking towards the Herald. HLE are more in position to contest this if they want, but still doesn't look like they're interested. The arrow won't connect. Just kind of fishing with that one. But Herald, plus those 6 grubs, Gen G have the tools to keep pushing momentum. They will lose this tower in the bot lane, though, just to say it's pushing.
Yeah, it really does feel like Life Esports, after the dive in top lane, they've really stepped on the brakes and said, okay, we are not going to fight over anything. And we don't want to fight over the Infernal Drake. We don't want to fight over the Rift Heralds. You know.
Oh, big ult.
It's just the follow-up isn't really there. They're actually engaging our Gen G. Did Duro go too far? Is the question, but the poke that lands on a Peanut from so far away is massive. And yeah, they don't get any kills, but so many low health bars here on the side of Life Esports, they kind of have to abandon ship. As you see Zeka maybe looking for something on the left side. The spear going to force Peanut to not go for a back. As flanking Corki, it's not a thing. Zeka's been having a very weird game so far.
Yep.
And, you know, that one wasn't really his fault, but he's just really not able to do anything on the Corki in that position.
The follow-up's just not there, and you can tell the HLE know they kind of need to get onto the squishy targets of Gen G, but it's so difficult. Like, they land the bard ult, but, like, unless Ambest is there, or, like, Peanut or Viper in range to lay the CC, nothing really comes from it, and Gen G's comp has all this poke, has this long-range engage, and they kind of just melted HLE objective like this, because the goal lead isn't that significant. The control may be in their favor, but the throw, even just Smite Steal could be huge for HLE here, and Gen G have started it up. They feel like they've done the homework, and now it's on HLE to try and contest this one.
Yeah. And you don't have to fully commit to doing this objective. The Raze just out of con doesn't do all that much damage if you're kiting it pretty well. They've got it down to half. They are threatening it. ZEUS does have a nice angle with the Hex Gate behind them. And you can see that Jovi immediately is worried about that, but he's got Keen for that. There's the arrow. There's the Leona ult, but the Bard ult to come in to try to save Peanut. Can he get away? No, he just gets rooted and immediately decimated. Canyon goes golden and will survive, and now it's a 5v4. Although Keen is kind of fighting a 1v1 here against ZEUS. ZEUS getting pretty low, and he will go down. Tries to flash away and can't do it. Ruler on his Ashe. His huge Ashe that he always loved to play. He's playing it once again here in this game, and he wanted blood, but you can see how Life Esports immediately just had to give up the point.
Just flawless execution from Gen G there, really just taking their time. The CC connects, and you see the concept of composition. It's so hard for a Zyra, especially one with no flash, to play into this composition. And HLE try what they can, but not able to deny it, and Atakan will go over to Gen. You know, you're not getting like a significant lead in lane. You ulted Canyon, who he just healed and immediately mitigate all the damage. You're gonna like collect it into IE, so like you need a lot of time before you're really pumping relevant numbers. And
there it is again. I mean, Mikhails is available, but does it matter is the question. Peanut doesn't get to play the game. He's just out of there, and he says, well, sorry guys, I did everything I could. Delight presses Mikhails immediately.
Yeah, it means you don't die, and that's about it. That is the only difference. I do believe there's Team of Kills, but it wasn't showing up in the scoreboard, so I think that's why it's gone away now, because we're having some issues there. Should be.
Yeah, I think it froze or something.
But yeah, now Gen G, I mean, you have the Atakan buff, so why not just go for the Baron? Health bars are low. It looks scary, but kind of mistake there from Chovy.
Yeah. Trying to get
Zeka!
Oh, Zeka! What was that? He's just gonna die. Maybe it was a bait all along, but they've got revives. That's okay. I mean, yeah, you got 2 of them, but Delight might go down here as well. Keen thinking about it. But nah, yeah, he's just gonna get revived. And now there's just no mid laner for Life Esports.
You don't get much.
It's like best case scenario because, yeah, you get all of that. But you still don't have a mid laner, so there's still a free objective for Gen G, and now they're on Hextech Soul Point. It really just sticks in my mind whenever I think about Ashe. I think about Ruler, and vice versa. He hasn't really had a lot of opportunities to go for the super flashy plays, but he's doing his job. Presses his ult, gets a good target, and it's not like he's hitting Ambessa or Delight, you know.
I will say, though, you know, even the gold leads in favor of Gen G, they are close to Soul. In terms of the items, if you look across the board, HLE have some decent power behind them now. Zeka just hit level 16. Viper's getting through like the power trough that the Caitlyn has. We did just see a TP from Chovy there. A heavy commit bot lane to try and get Zeka. Zeka also doesn't have TP. The HLE like, okay, it's Baron o'clock. Maybe ZEUS is calling this from his T1 days.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, especially because Chovy isn't there to poke, but the issue is you've still got Italy, so yeah, not a bad idea, but now you've kind of just leased the Baron for the enemy team, who's much stronger than you. Heavily eSports, you gotta get into the pit. You have to get a steal here for Peanut. That's really the only way, as Keen is in that backline. He is distracting. ZEUS is doing nothing. He's just running away. They're keeping it leashed, and they turn on the Peanut. Down goes Zeka, down goes ZEUS, and this is just a massive slaughter in favor of Gen G. Viper, no longer for this world. And that is a just straight up ace, very clean. Nobody dies on the side of Gen G.
You can see the patience from Gen G. It never felt like they were rushed into that. They knew that they had the advantage. They knew they had the pressure, and just waiting until the right abilities hit, able to punish HLE for that Baron start. And now, remember, they have 6 scrubs. They can just end here. The quickest respawn is going to be Delight. There's nothing you can do. And Gen G will take the first game in this series.
Yeah, just like that. Really clean stuff from them. You know, there was the one dive issue early on, and from there, they just tightened it up, and it was all their game the entire rest of the way. So really big shout out to them. Looking very strong and playing well.
Go for that. I mean, in theory, you could also go Aurora bot, but I expect it in the mid lane. And then we have the Ornn top lane for ZEUS, something we did see him bring out a little bit last year, but a lot of engage. If that's something they lacked in the last game, we saw ZEUS trying to get the flanks and they're not really working. They now have everything they need to lock down a stationary target, which that Jinx is. And Jura going to go for the Lulu, which is a very comfortable lane at the Rakan. Going to have pressure. Going to struggle to really force them out of lane because of the sustain from the Rakan, but you will always have pressure in that lane. And also, you can really deal with Rakan well. Like, your wild growth can interrupt his grand entrance. So it kind of feels like Gen G are all in on the ruler carry and kind of playing around the Galio and the Xin peeling for that Jinx. And HLE are like, let's kill ruler. That is their plan in a nutshell.
Yeah. I think that's
the other teams. Like a Gen G win, not that big of an ask if you're going to be honest.
Absolutely. Well, here's game 2. Let's go.
I feel like a really big test of relationship would be if, like, last year you were a Bro fan and you will get married after Bro win and you're waiting for weeks. You know, like, can we stall it out with the venue? And they're like, that's not how this works. Like,
but Bro really has to win.
They're so due a win.
Yeah. They haven't won the last 15. Well, Gen G with a very strong invade here, actually, as a 5-man unit moving in. Even Keen going as far as to ward the bottom lane to spot for the swap, of course, which does seem to be...
Yeah, I think the swap HLE are happy with. Gen G want normal lanes. They're going to have pressure in both those side lanes. And ultimately, you know, I think HLE, when you think about the 5v5, when you think about the team fights, a lot of strength there. Goes without saying, a lot of tools to connect on a ruler, but we're in a situation where you have a Galio who can kind of just one-shot waves later and roam, and you have a Jace. Last year, there'd be a cannon minion now, and there isn't because of the minion changes, so he needs to get level 2, he does get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about this one. Also, Delight is here, and Ruler took a turret shot. Canyon, I mean, he almost took another one, so yeah. I was really not on board with this from the get-go, but also Delight's timing was very nice.
Yep.
And Gen G are going to pull out of that one.
Good roam down from Delight. ZEUS also gets XP. You don't have the cannon in, and there's more damage from minions. Oh, yeah. Good way from Keen, just disengaging that. Kind of just spam abilities in the way. Oh,
look at this. The Ornn Rakan lane trying to make something happen, and they're going to pay for it. Walks on top of the choppers and gives Ruler's Jinx first blood. It could not have gone any worse for them, having to deal with this Jinx Lulu lane, and they wanted something that could eventually maybe match in terms of range, but
yeah.
So far it just feels like...
It made me wonder if like they were trying to pick it because it was a potential flex, like compared to other picks, but I'm just like...
He plays very mid.
I mean, true. But yeah, it did feel a bit odd. But we're seeing a setup for the grubs now. HLE have learned from last game, don't give 6 grubs to the other team. Canyon might have to flash.
Yeah, I mean, he's not level 6, so he's in the pit, and then he's out of the pit. But kind of catching them here. A bit of damage already from Ruler. They're trying to turn on a Jovi quick. Charm does come down. Viper jumping in. They want to get the reset on Ruler, and they might just be able to do so. Viper finally gets it, but Peanut's going to go down. So there's the trade. Duro on the run. Should eventually be taken out, but looking for the grubs here is Gen.G, and maybe a bit more. ZEUS trying to stick around. Viper has survived, but I don't think I'm going to be able to say the same about ZEUS. He'll be taken down, and they give the kill over to the Xin Zhao. So just like that, a couple of grubs. And yeah, they got Ruler. They did take him down, but the fight did still go in the hands of Gen.G. Ornn in this matchup is you try to ignore the Ornn as much as possible and get turret plates.
Yep.
And he's already got 2.
Yep, 2 grubs coming in earlier, definitely helping out with that damage on towers. So the gold lead in the top lane already is massive. Like, although ZEUS is picking up a lot of farm sorry, not a lot of farm, but a lot of experience from the farm, he wasn't actually getting the CS, and he's really fallen far behind. They have found Canyon. Yeah,
I mean, they do. He has his ult up, but that's a Vi. Loves that very much. Gets inside the circle. Canyon smites away the blue and then just dies. So Peanut will secure that one for himself.
Maybe expecting a bit more burst from Jovi, who is tanky, but not doing that much damage right now.
Always press tab.
Yeah, maybe one of the check those items. It's like, oh, Jovi's on me! It's like, okay, but it's tank Jovi, I think you're fine.
Yeah.
They do want to try and get a grub here, HLE to deny. Taunt.
Deny on the Ornhorn. Jovi in the front, and look at the double knock up there with the Xin Zhao and the Lulu just tanking up so much, and Ruler is totally safe, and he gets the snipe! He's excited, and he's looking for more. That's a kill on the Ornn, and Zeka, maybe he gets away here with his ult, but that is the saddest ult usage we have seen here in the LCK Cup. Gen.G, they're in position, and they take down the fight very handily.
And for a team who are so ult-reliant, HLE opt into that before their ults are available, and it ends up backfiring massively. Ruler has his summons back up, didn't end up needing to expend them there.
Not really played very well as a team, and I think that's putting it lightly. As now trying to set up something here onto Gen.G, but TP is coming in from the Galio. They're looking to take down Canyon, or that's Peanut rather, and that's just going to be free. As meanwhile, a couple of 80 carries going head to head. The barrier though available, and he jumps over Ruler just to die.
HLE getting demolished right now. Looking for some more pressure here on ZEUS.
And they might just be able to take him down. Nice knockups do come in, and they're tanking that turret, but Jovi is just so tanky, it's unbelievable. And yeah, that's gonna be the end of these two. Life Esports, who said it, Gen.G are just steamrolling them here. This is not very close at all.
I mean, they wanted revenge for the summer finals, and they are getting it right now. 2.3k gold lead between 80 carries, 2.2k between top laners. Those are the people you want to have the gold, and they have it in spades right now. I don't understand why you're going for this. Like, you saw Canyon at the end, and he's like, you know what? I have to go in. And then ZEUS and Delight are like, well, we have to defend the turret. Apparently, allegedly. Great work from Chovy here, baits out the CC immunity. And you can see Chovy's tanking the tower this whole time.
Yeah.
Unfazed. Yeah, so some questionable decisions from HLE, but Gen.G just zero hesitation.
And he's got the talent to do it. Now Canyon is going to get isolated here once again. The Vi ult does come in, but look at the huge redemption heal, and they just don't have the damage. They're finally going to get onto that backline, but then Giant Rocket is going to hit Zeka as well, but he is going in. So is Viper. That's a couple of kills now, but Ruler looking for something, but he's going up against 5 people.
Oh, the Galio ult
coming in, and now you've got a front line for Ruler to just go absolutely insane in this fight. ZEUS Oh, he's looking for Peanut, actually. He's got it, maybe. One rocket, no, not quite, but he will absolutely take at least a triple kill in this one. And it was a 3v5 that Gen.G were fighting.
You know, it looked good for HLE because Ruler wasn't there. And the second he turned up, it instantly looked good for HLE, sorry, but Peanut should be able to kill Juro here, I think.
Yeah. Well, about being a rookie. I mean, he's not technically a rookie anymore, but yeah.
Blast has to flash away and then dip out. Oh, more action coming through. They actually have a lot of armor shred from the Vi onto this Galio.
He's still so tanky.
Yeah.
He's only got like the...
He doesn't actually have that much armor, but still very durable.
Durable?
Yes.
I mean, you know, he's on the team, so you have to say it, right? I'm a dad now, so I gotta make dad jokes.
That is true.
That's my only strength, honestly.
All things considered, you've kind of been slacking that department.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on it. It's not my forte.
He's still a new dad. I think everyone at home.
That's the thing, you know. I'm like Duro, you know. I'm just face checking in the jungle by myself when I do my dad jokes. So give me some time. I'll work on it.
You're a rookie dad.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Do you see Gen.G trying to force HLE away here? Doing a pretty good job of it. And I feel like this is now just going to be the play around Ruler and let him shoot things style of play from Gen.G. Heading up towards top side, where they don't currently have a wave, but they are just clearing out opens. Oh, the level 10 on flank.
Okay, well that ult's going to hit Canyon. That's not Ruler, but maybe ZEUS can land it. Yeah, he's going to be able to land it. Ruler in a bit of trouble. He's got the Recon on him as well, but the knockups are coming in from the Lulu, and he has the front line. They can't take him down. He will win the fight once again with his team. Life Esports overextend. And Gen.G, man, with Ruler, they just looked like on a whole new level. And they were already so good.
Feels like he never left, honestly. Fitting right in with Gen.G. The team are playing around him, defending him, and he's just popping off. I think HLE, I mean, the gold lead is one thing, but also they just didn't have anyone who did damage hitting Ruler. So he kind of just tanked the CC, the team peeled, and then he turns around and just decimates HLE. Over 10,000 gold lead now. They are so far ahead.
This is a Otacon in...
Ruler probably there like, wait, you lost these guys?
All right, well, you've got the Vi this time. Maybe this is enough. I mean, to be honest, it should be. And finally, Life Esports find the angle. And now where's the damage on Gen.G? I mean, you've got a Jace, you've got a tank Galio, Peanut taking a bit of damage. And they're super far down on gold, so Gen.G are still considering taking this fight even without Ruler. They say, who needs 80 carries in 2025? We'll just go in with our tank Galio. Look at Toby. He's just punching them.
Dash.
He's just punching them. Yeah, he stops the dash, but he's going for Delight instead. And will take him down. He wants Peanut as well, but the shield comes in. And
you know what? That was actually exactly what HLE needed when they win 10,000 gold behind. But the concept, they got the concept right. The execution, actually no, it was more so they got the execution and the concept right, just they didn't have the finances.
Yeah, that's just a little bit off.
Yeah.
Like maybe 10 minutes ago.
We have the gold to kind of indicate that, yeah. I mean, this is how the comp works. This is how the comp should function. You press your buttons on Ruler and you kill him. It's that simple.
Yeah.
But you have this Jace, who's kind of like a bruiser Jace, has the Black Cleaver and the, they're looking to contest.
Otacon, the taunt there on Peanut. He's not going to be able to try to get in, and yeah, that's just Otacon buff, and Life Esports, they had to do something. The rockets are coming in, the zap, and the big one will take him down. Ruler not messing around, and he will be looking for a bit more. Zeka not long for this world either, as they don't quite have a wave in mid, but they've got Otacon buff, and they have Ruler, who is now, I believe, 12-1 on the Jinx. This is an 80 carry. You give him a hyper carry, he will carry your team. And they drafted a wonderful comp around him. It's all looking just beautiful.
Particularly
today.
Jinx. I'm just getting flashbacks from 2023 MSI, where he just ran the tournament on this pick, honestly. And good luck, HLE.
I mean, yeah. good effort. It doesn't give you any points, though, for doing that. Maybe they can stop the base from going down, but there's 5 revives available, so good luck with that as well. Peanut's going to go down. Not going to have a penta angle for Ruler, by the way, as he is going to be revived. We got TPs coming in. This game is over, guys. NT are, you know, a casual 16,000 gold ahead, 23 minutes in, and they will finally look to end this game after picking up some extra KDA, just a little bonus. And there you go, Gen G absolutely smack down Home Life Esports and get their revenge.
Yeah.